A very good evening. You're joining Prime TV News with me, Vibhuda Vijay Bandara. First, let's look at today's headlines. Sajid's name has been endorsed as the presidential candidate at the special UNP convention. Orders are issued to examine bank accounts of Pujit and Hemasiri. Tomorrow is not a public holiday. A horror bus crash in Peru leaves at least 23 dead. And now for news in detail. A special convention of the United National Party was held at the Sugatadasa Indoor Stadium under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. United National Front Minister Sajid Premadasa's nomination as the presidential candidate was endorsed at this convention. The United National Party convention commenced this morning under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. A large gathering of United National Party members joined in this meeting. Chairman of the United National Party Minister Kabir Hashim, delivering the welcome address, said that he wished to mention the stalwarts who have taken seats in the meeting. All of them have joined hands as members of one family. This is the strength of the party. The United National Party has the necessary strength and courage. They have always been victorious of self-trust. He said that their party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe had made a dedication to take his victorious decision. He had many sacrifices in his life. Everyone should pay their respect to him for taking the correct decision at the correct time. Minister Sajid Premadasa, who has been named as the presidential candidate of the United National Party, was endorsed at this convention. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he was proposing to approve the name of Sajid Premadasa as the presidential candidate of the United National Front. He called on members of the party to raise their hands to endorse Sajid Premadasa as the presidential candidate. The Prime Minister announced that the convention has unanimously endorsed Sajid Premadasa as the presidential candidate of the United National Front. More resolutions were presented to the convention. The resolutions were announced by General Secretary of the United National Party, Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam. Palali Airport in Jaffna has been reinstated as the Jaffna International Airport, making it the third international airport in Sri Lanka and bringing the total number of international airports in the country to 5. The Palali Airport has been named as the Jaffna International Airport with the approval of a proposal submitted to the Cabinet by the Minister Arjuna Ranatunga. Development of the airport, which operates as a regional airport as an international airport, commenced last July. The development work is due to be completed on the 10th of this month. Operation of international flights is slated to commence soon. 4 international airports, namely Katunayaka, Ratmalana, Batiklo and Mattala airports, are operating at present. The special 3-member High Court today permitted former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa to travel abroad. Orders were also given for the release of his passport. Accordingly, Gotabaya Rajapaksa received permission to participate in a medical examination from the 9th to the 12th of this month. As Mr. Rajapaksa is contesting the presidential election, the Defence Council requested the court to release his passport and to hand over his nominations as he is contesting the presidential election. The Attorney General said that there are no objections to it. Accordingly, the High Court ordered for the release of his passport temporarily. The passport of Gotabaya Rajapaksa was in custody of the court in relation to an incident of fraudulently using 39.9 million rupees in the construction of the D.A. Rajapaksa Memorial Museum. 80 banks and financial institutions have been ordered to submit account details of Inspector General of Police Pujit Jayasundara and former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando to the Criminal Investigation Department. The order has been issued by the Colombo Chief Magistrate Lanka Jayaratna when the case was taken up today. The magistrate further ordered several telecommunication companies to submit a report on the phone calls of Jayasundara and Fernando to the CID. The former Defence Secretary and the IGP have been charged with allegedly failing to prevent the terror attacks on the Easter Sunday, even after adequate forewarnings were received on the blasts. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, has called on all candidates to voluntarily remove posters and banners to put up for propaganda activities of the presidential election before the 7th of this month. If not, he said that action will be taken to remove such posters and banners after the 7th of this month. The elections chief said that the discussion centered on the prevention of establishment of election officers putting up posters, banners and cutouts. The Elections Commission informed the candidates the cutouts, banners and posters on display should be voluntarily removed. He said that he requested the representatives of the candidates hand in their nominations also to declare their assets and liabilities. All candidates should agree to this. 10 recognized political parties have placed their deposits. He also said that 10 former or present parliamentarians have placed deposits as independent candidates. General Secretary of the United People's Freedom Alliance parliamentarian Mahinda Amaravira has said that their aim is to launch an election campaign in an environmental-friendly manner against violence. He was addressing a media conference held at the Sri Lanka Freedom Party head office. Parliamentarian Mahinda Amaravira said that as in the past they have drawn their attention to that a peaceful election should be held in the country. It is also the intention of the President that an election sans violence should be held. He has already instructed the defence sectors to act independently and impartially. As such, the United People's Freedom Alliance and the Sri Lanka Freedom Party is their intention to engage in an election campaign protecting the environment. He called on all those who are engaged in the election campaign to engage in their campaigns without polythene and plastic material. He also called on the candidates to refrain from putting up posters in public places. Multi-religious blessings programs are being held to mark the 70th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Army. The Hindu religious puja was held at the Ponnambalam Vaneshwaram Kovil in Kochikade. A group including Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva joined in the occasion. It was organized by the Hindu Religious Society of the Army. The Hindu religious observances were conducted by Kurukal Shiva Sri Kannan. Meanwhile, the reverberating rhythmic beats of traditional and auspicious drums echoed around the Anuradhapura sacred Jai Sri Ma Bodhi precincts as the stage was set to start the annual flag blessing ceremony, precursor to the forthcoming 70th Army Day on October 10th. At the Pinkame held under the guidance of Atamasthana-adhipati Venerable Dr. Pallegala Sirinivasa Thera, the army flags were brought in a colourful perahara at the Jayasiri Ma Bodhi accompanied by Hevisi and Magul bearer. The Mahasangha invoked blessings on war heroes who sacrificed their lives in the humanitarian operations as well as to the heroes who were rendered disabled. A group including Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva joined in the occasion. Secretary to the Ministry of Internal and Home Affairs and Local Government, H.M. Gamini Senviratne has said that Friday the 4th of October has not been declared as a public holiday. Moving on, a program to raise awareness on the Alpitiya Pradeshiya Sabha poll for the benefit of police officers was held at the Galle District Secretariat. The program was held under the patronage of Galle District Returning Officer Somaratna Vidana Pathirana. The police officers and state officials who are on election duty participated in this program. The historic Mihintala sacred site will be declared as National Heritage on the 6th of this month. The historic Mihintala sacred site will be declared as National Heritage, recollecting the death of Mihindu Mahathera. The event will be held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Arrangements in this respect are being made under the guidance of the chief incumbent of the Mihintale Rajamaha Vihare, the Venerable Valavahin Gunuwave Dhammaratnanathera. The present government has allocated 500 million rupees for the development of the sacred site. The Department of Meteorology has said that there is a high possibility of evening thunder showers being experienced in most parts of the island today. There is a high possibility for evening thunder showers over most parts of the island today. Fairly heavy falls of about 75 to 100 millimeters are likely at some places in western, Sabaragamuwa, central, northwestern and Uva provinces and in the Galle, Matara, Anuradhapura and Vavuniya districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in western, Sabaragamuwa, central and north-central provinces during the morning. The public are called upon to make adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightnings during thunder showers. The Met Department meanwhile said that showers or thunder showers will occur in the sea areas extending from Mannar to Matara via Colombo and Galle. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places over other sea areas in the evening or night. Winds will be southeasterly or variable in direction and speed will be 10 to 30 km per hour in the sea areas around the island. With that, we end today's Prime TV News. Prime TV News returns tomorrow. And in the meantime, make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. Have a pleasant day. Good night.